Hey everybody, Tricia Brouk here, founder of the Big Talk Academy, award-winning director and author. I am so excited for this next series of the Big Talk on my YouTube channel. We have 17 speakers who spoke at the Big Talk Academy's virtual showcase, and each one of them is unique. Each one of them is incredible. They all bring a very special idea to the table, and they all deliver in a very powerful and unique way. I am super excited for you to be introduced to each speaker from the Big Talk Academy's January 7th virtual showcase. Enjoy. Angelique Santana is the owner and founder of Eat with Angelique, the small business launched with a singular mission in mind: to guide people toward a healthy lifestyle, starting but not ending with the food they eat. Angelique is a published author, a motivational speaker, a health coach, and of course, a chef. Angelique Santana with You Can Always Begin Again.
In the last 10 years, I was married and then I wasn't. I was pregnant and then I wasn't. I had a successful career in the fitness industry and then I didn't. I lived in New Jersey and then I didn't. I have had many beginnings and many endings, each and every one of them beautiful and painful. When I was 16 years old, my mom left us with our father. It was the first time my mom left my dad and didn't take us with her. I felt deserted and left behind. I was angry and afraid. I became selfish, and at that moment, the only thing that mattered to me was protecting myself. My twin brother was old enough to take care of himself, and my sister young enough that my dad would take care of her. 10 years later, my mom came back home. I was grateful that she had returned, that she was safe and alive. That she had come back was enough for me, and I had forgiven her. Or at least that's what I thought. My father passed away in July of 2015. 16 months later, my mom had a mild stroke that went undetected for several months. And even though she was physically well, mentally there was something very different. It was time for me to go home. So on April 1st, 2017, at the age of 45, I left Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and began the drive back to New Jersey to live with my siblings so we could take care of our mother together. My mom's behavior we hadn't seen since her drinking days. A recovering alcoholic with almost 20 years of sobriety, I caught her drinking a beer, smoking cigarettes, which she had also given up, not eating, not sleeping, and talking a lot more than I have heard her in years. She would leave the house without telling me or anyone. Sometimes she would forget how to get home or not come home at all. And one time I had to go to the police department to file a missing persons report because I couldn't find her and no one knew where she was. I drove around the neighborhood. I called hospitals, family members, and friends. This was too much. My mom was acting as if she didn't care about anyone but herself. I felt like I was transported back in time and I was 16 again. I was struggling, and all I wanted to do was run away and go back to Florida but I knew I had to stay. We finally got her to the right doctors, on the right medication, and into therapy. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and early onset Parkinson's. 6 months ago, she decided that she didn't want to take her medicine anymore because she didn't like the way that it made her feel. I had to have a hard, open, and honest conversation with her about what it was like back then. For me, for all of us. I never shared that story with her before, and I know it scared her because she didn't recognize herself in any of the pictures that I showed her. She didn't remember any of it. I didn't guilt her or shame her. I just continued to love her and do my best to understand her and create a safe space for her to be. Have you ever wished you could go back in time and change a decision, an experience, or an event in your life? Me too. But then I get to thinking that if my life hadn't turned out exactly the way that it has, I wouldn't be where I am today. Every 7 to 10 years, every cell in your body every 7 to 10 years, every cell in your body has been replaced by a new cell. We essentially become new people. It's no wonder that our minds change, our bodies change, and our lives change. This is all part of living. So if our bodies shed old cells for new cells, could you imagine if you took a look at every beginning and ending in your life and thought, all new beginnings come from some other beginning's end? Let me say that again. All new beginnings come from some other beginning's end. When Oprah was 23, she was fired from her first reporting job as a co-anchor. When Tina Fey was 23, she was working at the YMCA. When Vera Wang was 40, she designed her first dress after failing to make the Olympic figure skating team and not getting the editor-in-chief position at Vogue. And when J.K. Rowling was 28, she was a suicidal single parent on welfare. If all of these women had let any of the endings stop them from beginning again, Oprah could still be a reporter, Tina Fey could still be working at the YMCA, Vera Wang could still be an editor at Vogue, and J.K. Rowling could be dead. I'm not married, I don't have children, and I no longer work in the fitness industry. I am a vegan chef, a health coach, a published author, and a speaker living back in New Jersey. I had no idea that coming home would be so healing, that it would be the beginning of a new relationship with my mother based on love, trust, and honesty, the true foundation for forgiveness. I am happy that I chose to come home. I'm happy to have this chance to start over with her, even though I didn't even know I needed to. That I chose to show her lots of love, compassion, and a ton of patience at a time when she didn't even know what was happening to her. I have found love within myself for myself, and my brother and my sister are my best friends. My father was a lover of family, And even though he and my mother had separated many times and even divorced, they found a way to reconcile in friendship and companionship until his death. And I know that he would be happy that we were all back together again. I can only imagine what my life would be like today if I didn't begin again. The next time something ends for you in your life, just remember that you get to choose over and over and over to begin again. You just have to start. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Big Talk Academy's virtual showcase supporting these incredible speakers. If you have the desire to speak on my virtual stage, go to thebigtalkacademy.com for more information. This is a 12-week certification speaker training program that is going to give you everything that you need to have the global impact you desire. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you get access to all of our latest episodes. I love having you here, and I always respond to the comments. Big love.